All right, hello and welcome to the Peter Viva Show, where we talk about investing, personal development, and health, and also other current events. Yes, welcome. Today we have George Shalhub, a senior at the University of Miami studying finance and economics, and founder of two successful small businesses, one of which is Avant-Garde, with a promise to specialize in curating beautiful and exclusive goods that make you stand out from the crowd. He sells luxury watches, art, leather goods, and fashion items like Off-White. He also started a clothing brand called Carapace that donated 10% of their profits to loggerhead sea turtle conservation. George later sold the rights of the brand to Shelley Cove, a larger brand. All right, George, welcome. So let's get started here.
What's up, man? How are you?
All right. Well, very good. Happy to have you on the show. Thank you for taking the time. So you and I, we just recently met each other. We both live on Key Biscayne, grew up on Key Biscayne, and in Miami. But I want to ask you, you've been really diving in deep. You always talk about it, the watch market, the alternative investment market of the watch market specifically.
Right.
You have a company called Avantgarde Lux, which I'll pull up on the screen right here.
Yes, sir. Well, that's Instagram.
That's your Instagram.
Yes, sir.
So you sell luxury watches, handbags, and other leather goods. I don't know what happened here.
Yes.
What happened there?
No, that link should work.
Definitely. Sean. Oh, what's up with that?
Wait, let me check.
Right here. Well, here, I'm on the site here.
Oh.
This is probably the connection for that specific one. But yeah, so you sell all these things. Tell me
Right.
a little bit about the returns that people should expect to see in regard to, luxury watches.
So you're talking about investing more.
Yeah, because it seems like you know a lot about it. You have a finance background. And, for example, my brother really wants to buy a Rolex
Daytona.
GMT
Or
Master.
GMT, okay.
GMT, and he says it's for investment purposes. And I've heard this recently, like that is a very useful alternative investment class.
Yes.
That has great returns, but I don't know by how much. I don't know really the details. I only know that Paul Newman watch sold for $17 million. Can you kind of like unravel this unknown investment class?
Definitely. Okay, so luxury watches have always been an investment class. If you look at watchcharts.com, you can see that it's actually kept up with the market in most cases and beat the market on multiple occasions.
Beat the market, meaning like the S&P 500?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's been multiple occasions where that's happened.
You have quite a bit of watches here on your
Oh,
site.
yes. I have, I think, over 45 in stock right now, around there. I mean, I have some sold, but yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I've been adding, slowly, and I have another 6 coming in this week.
And so how do you sell all this stuff? Like, do you just buy it, accumulate all this inventory, and then like hope it goes up, or are you selling other people's things?
No. So some of my pieces are co-signed. Some, not all. Some are that. What co-sign means is that.
Bags.
Yeah, thank you, man. I have I have a client that wants to get rid of something. I take commission, I sell for him. But majority of stuff I've actually transitioned to owning because I know the market, I understand what sells, I know what I can get rid of, I know what.
And you're willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the risk, but So I
don't understand. Like, how is it that somebody can go into a store, buy an item, and then walk out of the store and then sell it for more than what they bought?
Because you can't even get it from the original store. that's the trick there.
So it's a supply and demand thing.
Sort of, yeah. So for example with Rolex, it's the most popular brand in the world. Everyone knows about it. They are the definition of how you should market a brand. What they do is, if say you want to go in and buy a Submariner, which is a very famous watch, most famous watch in the world.
Right.
You go in there, you say, I want a stainless steel Submariner. They'll be like,
see the Submariner.
Yeah, pull it up. It's a very famous watch. Everyone knows it. It's kind of the go-to watch for most men. So you go into a Rolex AD authorized dealer. You walk in and say, hey guys, I want a Submariner. I think the retail is $8,900 or $8,500.
That's a 9,000.
That's a two-tone, yeah. But if you want to go for a stainless steel, that's an old. Oh, look up Submariner ceramic. It'll come up. Submariner Rolex ceramic.
These are nice watches, man.
Yeah,
that's quite a bit of cash, Like.
Oh yeah.
If so many people are putting their money into it, I would expect that at least holds its value and you break even.
The Submariner is like your Apple stock. That's how I compare it to. It's like you buy
Submariner?
Yeah, if you buy it 5 years ago, you're gonna make money. You're gonna wear it, enjoy it, and you're gonna still make money anyway. If you want to sell it. Yeah, it's the most famous watch in the world. It's up there. So you go into Rolex, right? You say, hey, I want a Submariner. They'd be like, oh, we don't have one. What do you mean? Your Rolex? Yeah, no, we don't have them. They'll show you a bunch of precious metal pieces, two-tone, gold stuff, but they won't have any stainless steel sports models. So here's the trick. They do something similar to what Ferrari does. They say, oh, you want our, 488?
Wait, but you can still get the other ones?
Yeah, but here's the trick. They say, who are you that we need to sell you this watch? Are you a customer who spends a lot of money with us? Or are you just a guy who just wants to buy this one watch? So what they tell you is, like Ferrari does, similar, is like,
Wait, so they ask you?
No, they ask you, but they're just like, they probably have some in the back, but they don't want to sell it to you because they're like, who are you? How much money have you spent with us?
So they test you, they try to validate to see if you...
No, not validate. They'll be like, oh, we can get you one, but you have to buy maybe this two-tone first that you don't even want. Yeah. It's similar to what Ferrari does.
So fucked.
Yeah. So that's
why would anybody do that?
Well, that I mean, it happens, man. It happens. It's a business model. A lot of other brands do it too.
Is it like a psychological thing where it's like almost like
no,
you kind of enjoy the...
No, it's not even that.
Kind of like torture.
No, it's them artificially restricting the market and restricting supply. That's what it is.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So,
but they actually say like, who are you to first time buyers?
Well, I walked in ADs and some people are like, they'll laugh in your face. Like, I'll be like, oh, I want a Batgirl, which is one of the new watches. Their nickname is Batgirl.
Wow.
They'll be like, haha, like, no, we don't have it. It's like,
jerks.
Yeah. So that's where someone like me, a gray market dealer, that's called gray secondary market, comes in and we source you the watches. But that's why the prices have gone up over time. But in general, historically, Rolex over years has gone up. If you bought, for example, let's see, look up Submariner aluminum. So this is the older version of the Submariner without the ceramic bezel. So this came out, years ago. Look up aluminum, and it'll come up. So if you bought this Rolex, say in 2001, you probably paid $4,000. Now these go closer to $8,000. And this is an asset you wear, you enjoy it, and it goes up. Nothing in the world.
And you can wear it and it gets scratched and shit.
Yeah. No, in some cases, if it's more scratch and more age patina, it's worth more in some cases. Some watches are like that.
But not for like 4 years old or 5 years
No.
old.
But like, for example, if you have an old GMT, like the one your brother wants, if you had it from the 70s and it's aged in a certain way, it's worth even more money because it's aged in that way than another version.
Wow, so you can wear them and it'll be fine.
Yeah. You can beat them up, yeah. That's what they're meant for, sport watches. So
for example, like, I mean, I'm kind of curious myself because, they're beautiful watches. I'd love to wear them. It's a status symbol.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if it's also an investment, that's a grand slam. And, we all like to hit those grand slams. So what would you recommend for somebody starting off who wants to get into this kind of alternative investment space? They have some money, they want to, upgrade their wardrobe, and then also at the same time, dip their toes into this as an investment.
So like anything else, you got to learn the business. It's not as simple as you go and you buy a watch. Like the stuff I do when I go and source pieces, like I know I know how to tell if it's real or it's fake or what the kind of condition is. I can tell if someone swapped out the dial, which affects the value. So there's a learning process. It's not as easy as like, oh, you go and buy. But for example, if you work with someone like me who knows, the business very well, then maybe I take a cut, but I can tell you, hey, buy this, buy that, do this, sell this now. And I kind of help you predict. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but usually if you stick with the big brands in watchmaking and you stick with the famous models, you'll make some money. Really, definitely.
So you're a luxury
brand
agent, a luxury sales associate.
I wouldn't say
luxury goods sales associate.
I'm more of a retailer. I mean, I do.
You're also a consultant too, in a way, right?
Yeah, I do.
People come to you and they're like, "Hey, I want to get an investment. I want to invest in alternative investments like luxury watches.
Mm-hmm.
What do you recommend? Or art?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, art. Interesting. That's a whole world I have no idea about. There's like this quote that says like, art is a scheme between the rich and the creative to make the poor feel stupid or something like that. But anyway,
I believe that,
anyway, so I also wanted to kind of talk about how this ties in with CRM Jewelers, because I've been seeing you put out some content with them, and you do some videos with them. There's a video here that you did, Omega versus Rolex, the age-old question. I've asked myself the same thing. You walk into a Rolex shop or just a watch shop in general, luxury watch shop, and you see the price tags between Rolex and Omega, and you're like, I don't know, they seem the same.
They seem,
so It's a great video. I highly recommend people watch it. It's got 14,415 views.
Yes, sir.
And you got a nice like to dislike ratio, more on the like side.
Yeah, we have actually a new video where the like
Nice.
ratio is even better. It's
That's great.
yeah.
I'm gonna subscribe from this channel actually.
Go for it, yeah.
Oh, not CRM.
Yeah, sir.
Alright, whatever. I don't care about watches that much.
I'm wearing that
but-
watch right now, actually.
Oh, really? You're wearing the
Yeah,
Omega?
that Omega right there. That's
Oh,
mine.
no way.
Yeah.
That's such a nice watch.
Yeah, good price.
That's
probably.
a James Bond one, huh?
Yeah, this is what Pierce Brosnan wore in 1995 through 2002.
And then this is your channel with Avant-Garde.
Yes,
This is the Rolex Daytona.
Yes, that is a Zenith two-tone Daytona.
Two-tone.
Yes.
Beautiful watch.
Yes, you see my very hairy hand there.
So this Carapace brand, huh? These are the three founders. These are you guys.
Yeah, that was when I was
Oh,
19.
can you see the TV? Yeah, I can see the TV.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back when you're 19. I know this guy. I went to school with Nicholas.
Yes, these
I
are
know
some
this
high
guy.
school friends. Yeah, we grew up. That was the brand.
These are the shirts.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How do you transition from this to luxury brands? Probably wondering.
From Carapace to luxury.
Yeah,
brands,
a lot of people ask me that. Like, how does that work? You go from like a very like kind of good vibes brand to a very serious, very upscale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people have asked me. But I mean,
How do you even have the access?
what do you mean, like
To these goods and like, how do you kind of like, I mean, because we've basically established that you're a watch enthusiast. You're also an enthusiast in regards to luxury goods.
Yes.
Aside from luxury watches,
Mm-hmm.
and like art and whatever, but at the same time, you're also consulting other people and you're kind of brokering transactions for other people to get watches or for you to sell watches for other people, and you make money off of that.
Right.
That's a business.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I honestly would feel a lot safer, working with someone like yourself if I was going into buying a watch and wanted to make sure that I wanted that it was real, that the value is going to appreciate, and I was getting a good price,
Right.
because I don't know anything about it. So you seem to know, so I would feel more comfortable working with someone like yourself.
Right.
But tell me, like, how much value do you actually bring to the table than just reading a bunch of like, articles online?
So my specific value.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I come from. This has been my hobby, or I should say, passion for years, ever since I was a kid. So instead of just reading articles like the average Joe, I've actually gone through reference books. Now, if you don't know what reference books are, they're literally people who collect watches that have been doing it since like 1950s, 60s, that sit there and they write the detail of every piece. So I've actually gone into that kind of detail where I know, watches like that.
Right.
And I also analyze the market, very similar to finance. It's not as simple as just, saying, oh, this will go up. I literally look at trends and patterns. I do analysis on the watch market.
So there are actual charts like the stock market.
Yeah, there's something called look up
that.
watchcharts.com. There's people applying finance
Wow,
to
I
this.
didn't know this.
Yeah. There's a math and
Watchcharts.com.
yes. It's not as simple as just, this will go up. It's, there's demand, supply. You got to kind of figure out, are people inflating prices? Are people underselling? There's a lot of elements to it. Yeah, so you can see stuff that's gone up, it's gone down.
This is my favorite watch right here. The
This
Rolex
is the day, yeah. I have one in
Daytona.
stock right now, actually. I
You have one of
I have
these?
this exact one in stock.
This
yeah.
is the one I love. I want to get this watch.
I literally have that right now. Well, you're talking about the ceramic? This is the older one, but yeah, it's a beautiful watch, man.
Yeah, I love this watch.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
17.5.
That's euros, so that's what in US. I'm selling this one, I believe. I don't remember. I think around 17,000. I think 17. I gotta look at the price again, but you see, you see how this one is kind of aged and beat up, go up. You see how that one, the bezel is like faded. That's
This
called a
one?
ghost bezel. Yeah, that's worth more to
This is
collectors.
worth more?
To collectors, yeah, worth more if it was like brand new. Like if I taken it a Rolex, right?
Yeah.
And they replaced the bezel, it would lose value. Because
Wow.
collectors want it as original as it gets. So that's another example.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's a really good industry to get into
Yeah.
if you know what you're doing.
But you gotta know, exactly, you gotta know what you're doing. It's not as simple as, you read a couple articles. Because you gotta understand some of these article creators and content creators are also funded by these companies.
Right. I also feel the same way about being a real estate agent. People
Mhm.
seem to know it all when it comes to like buying real estate, especially if they don't have a license. but like, you know, there's a lot of value that a broker brings to the table.
Of course.
In any situation. So that's really, I think that, you know, I'm gonna show my brother this stuff. I'm gonna tell him everything that you told me. If you have any other tips and stuff, I'll definitely let him know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's a big purchase, and you know, one would ask, at least any seasoned investor might ask, what if I finance this? Is it worth is the depreciation going to outpace the interest rate that I'll be accumulating from the debt that I'm incurring?
So just like a you know, financial advisor would ask, what's your risk tolerance? I mean, that's, you got to factor that in.
Oh, so there are different watches that have
high risk.
Are there like blue chip?
Yeah.
Blue chip watches?
Like, of course.
Like
Like the Submariner would be the safe stock. You buy that, it's going to go up
You said
steadily.
there's like an Apple.
Yeah.
The Apple of watches.
But you could buy, for example, Richard Mille is like the wild card. You're like, bro, it's going crazy, but right now they're going down. So, you know, there's variations to it, 100%. Yeah.
So what are the so like in investing in stocks, like
Right.
there are the FANG stocks. There's like the top 4 stocks. There's Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. These are like the top 4 stocks. What would you say are the metaphorical top 4 FANG luxury watches out there?
Rolex, Patek. Those two have always been top.
Rolex and Patek Philippe.
Those are hot. Those have always been hot. They've been around for, I mean, Patek's been around since I think the early 1800s. Rolex since 1900s, but they are the marketing kings, so they get that crown. And then the other two, I would say, I mean, Richard Mille's up there, and then AP. But I debate a little bit on AP. A lot of people say AP's up there, but I debate on their resale value and valuations, because they tend to stick in a certain range of values, whereas the other brands, if you go on the high end, they still retain their value, and even on the lower end, they still retain. Whereas AP, it's really like their middle line that kind of retains value, not the whole lineup, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Audemars Piguet.
Yes, Audemars Piguet. Yes, correct.
Those are nice watches, aren't they? Those are nice.
They're nice. They're nice.
I like them.
Yeah, they're nice. They're good, definitely.
I saw a video that was recently put up by CRM that you were in, talking about the Audemars Piguet.
Yeah. I have one in my collection currently, but you know, I'm looking to sell it as well.
That's an expensive watch.
Yeah, it's, I think
that's 23,000 almost.
I think like 24 or 25. Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm looking to sell it.
And it's your watch, huh?
Well, I've had it for a little bit, but I'm looking to sell it now.
That's a fantastic watch.
That's a ladies one, but yeah.
That's a ladies watch?
Yeah, it says ladies. Oh, it's just a smaller version of it.
Oh, it's a smaller.
But they call it, it says ladies right there. Look up Royal Oak Chronograph.
So, George, you're my age.
Yes.
How do you have an Audemars Piguet watch? I'm sure many people watching would also wonder, how are you doing it? How are you outpacing so many people, you know, looking for the same? I mean, I guess we all do want different things.
Right.
So whatever we put our minds to, we'll ultimately get.
Right.
But at the end of the day, how did you get to where you are today? You know, working with people who are interested in investing in such an obscure investment class, very unique in and of itself.
Well, let me answer that first. It's not really that obscure. I feel like just the general population doesn't really pay attention to it.
Seems like more people are, though.
Yeah, now we're starting. Yeah, because now there's much people posting content like, oh, you can invest in this and do that. So now people are trying to pick it up, but it's always been an investment class that people just kind of didn't know about. So
you just save up to buy this?
To what?
Pretty much it.
Which one?
To buy the Audemars
no. I flipped my way up, and then when I got inventory, I sold, and for my earnings, I bought it, and then, you know.
Okay, so you're just buying and flipping, buying and...
Well, yeah, that's how I started.
Buy low, so high.
Yeah, flipping, but then I got to a point where
It's so interesting how there's so many similarities in life.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Across many different industries.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I started with around $1,000. That's it. Started flipping my way up, and now I've expanded to wholesaling to other dealers. I'm also a dealer myself, so it's not only direct to client. You know, there's other avenues of business there.
So you're a growing business.
Yeah.
You're growing big time.
Trying, yeah.
So, you know, do you have to be available to clients 24/7?
I try to be.
So like, are all these watches belong to clients?
No. Only about I could tell you who.
Well, this art doesn't belong to you, right?
You know, these are the artists I work with, because that's another element of the business we could talk about more. I could tell you what some clients have lent me. So,
you have some incredible. What kind of percentage do you get for these?
All varies with the client.
Varies with the client.
Yeah, all depends. Like if for example for these that
so in
I've,
real estate it's like 3%, 3 to like
it's a flat
it
rate.
could
Correct?
be 3 to 10%,
Yeah.
depending.
Yeah.
So I mean, what kind of range do you kind of like get for someone to watch like this?
It could range from maybe 5 to 10, depending.
5 to 10?
Yeah, it all depends on the client, really, of what he's giving me. If he's giving me, for example, I went to hell and back to sell this, not gonna lie. And, that I took around 7 because it was ridiculous. Like, it took me almost 6 months to sell it. It was that ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, my turnaround rate is usually 19 days on average, something will sit. So that was pretty quick. And, mind you, I have access to other dealers I can wholesale. No one wanted that piece. So that's an example of something that I was like, I'm taking a risk on just holding it and working with it.
So people don't like diamonds, huh?
People like diamonds, but that's a very specific kind of taste.
A lot of diamonds, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of diamonds. Yeah, and it's a big watch, so not most people can wear. I can't wear it.
A lot of drip.
A lot of drip, yeah, a lot of bling for sure. But yeah, I sold that recently actually, so got rid of that. But yeah, I can show you some what clients have let me. So that's a client watch. I would never stock that personally. Never in a million years.
So what is why? So like. Give us some deets, man. I don't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah.
You're holding all the cards. Why is this watch $14,999? I mean, I would assume it's because of the diamond.
Would you want to hear what the guy paid for it? This is where you don't know what you're doing. You lose money. He paid $66,000 for that watch.
Oh my! This watch is $66,000.
So because he went to a diamond person, he said, "I want a bunch of diamonds." Like, yeah, I can do it for you, but I charge.
What a fat loss.
Yeah. So if you don't know what you're doing like that, now someone who's not a watch connoisseur would say, "What do you mean? There's so many diamonds in this. It should be worth more." But because he put it on a brand that isn't too crazy in their aftermarket, it's lost that value.
3/4 of its value.
Yeah. And even 14,000 or 15,000, it was a hard sell. I had to like really grind. It wasn't easy. It wasn't like, oh, people buy it. Like I had dealers that would sell. They're like, dude, we'll give you $4,000 and we'll try to sell it for like 6 maybe if we're lucky.
My gosh, imagine that.
So yeah, so you gotta, like I say, you know what you're doing.
What a loss.
Yeah, but we could.
But you sold it.
Yeah, it sold. Yeah, I don't have any more.
You sold it for 15.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great. Wow, look at all these beautiful watches, man.
Yeah, so this is another client piece. I would never.
Hublot?
Yeah, I mean, if I start to expand in the future, I'll carry them, but I don't usually carry Hublot right now because that's another brand that kind of took a nosedive.
I don't know. The design looks interesting. Like, there's some watches, man, that I see, and I just don't understand the price tag. Like
I get you. Yeah.
There's some watches out there. There's like a $90,000 watch I saw.
90,000. Was it Richard Mille maybe? No.
Yeah, Richard Mille. It was one that looks like a car engine or something.
Oh, maybe you're talking about the Jacob & Co. The new one, the new Bugatti.
Let's see. I don't know. It's just they don't look like. Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like they don't look like. Like, what is it about this watch?
I mean, if you want my honest opinion,
It doesn't even look sexy.
You want my honest opinion? I think it's all hype. It's marketing, man. It's marketing.
Interesting.
I would never personally rock. I think this looks like a toy watch.
They did a great job. They're selling.
Yeah. They have a watch. Look, there it is. It's made out of Velcro, man. Like the stuff you used to use for your shoes as a kid. It's made out of Velcro.
And you're paying $90,000 for this.
Oh no, this is more. 180. Something. They're more.
What in the world is going on? Like, why are you paying for this? Well, I mean, like, listen, it's not that. I mean, art world is even crazier.
Yeah.
You're fucking getting a banana with duct tape.
Yeah.
What was that? 120?
I think 120. Yeah.
120,000.
Man, it's like the expression says, you'll
Stupid
pay
banana.
whatever you want
Let's
to
see
pay.
that banana, actually.
Yeah, we can see it. Well, yeah, we do art as well, so we can tie that in.
So maybe at one point you'll be able to be a banana duct tape.
Wait, one of my artists wants to do that. I will happily.
You'll be worthy.
I will happly. Yeah, I'll happily.
$120,000, bro.
Ridiculous. See, like that's something I don't get.
They're sketch. They're definitely doing something with their money. Something weird.
We should get an app avant-garde in it.
So look at this, man. This is our man George.
Yes, sir.
Over here, talking.
This is my first video for CRM.
He's talking. This is great. Has the Daytona here. This is like the moon watch.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Great video. Definitely will go ahead and watch it. I actually want to read some of the comments, see what people are saying. When did Eric stop wearing sunglasses and dyed his hair red? What?
Yeah, the last host wore always sunglasses inside, so it's like a running joke.
Oh, so
they're
saying that you took off the sunglasses.
Yeah. They're like, what happened?
Died there. Dude is wearing a president. I think we know where his loyalties lie. It sounds like a jab.
Yeah.
I like this kid. He knows what he's talking about. Solid video. Nice. You're getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, well, this is my first video. The new ones are even way better. Like,
way better feedback.
Yeah, because people got used to me, Because that guy was with them for 6 years.
So what's that deal with CRM? I mean, you're a watch dealer. This guy, I mean, CRM is a watch dealer
as well. Yes,
as well. I mean, like, So what's the deal with that? Like, how are you working with these people? How are you making videos for them?
No, I'm just a freelance content creator. I don't necessarily work for them specifically. My contract is literally, I'm an independent contractor. I go in, do my videos, and dip. That's it.
And you get publicity for your brand, your personal brand.
Yes, I get publicity as well. They do shout me out. I just get.
They shout out Avant-Garde, or they shout out George Shalhub?
No, they say Avant-Garde. And if you watch the newer videos, that first one they didn't set it up, but the last 4 they've been saying, oh, this is. I even say I'm George from Avant-Garde.
Right.
I do the video. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just a freelancer for them.
That's great. I mean, CRM has a huge following. They're like 300,000 followers.
Yeah, and they have other accounts linked to them. Watch Eric
And you have 2,000 followers. It's huge. You have more than me. I'm at like 750.
Well, I'm.
And I thought I worked hard.
I'm working on it. Man. Instagram has kind of banned me recently from running ads because of, I don't know, something to do with the coronavirus. Like their just system is super glitchy, so they're kind of, the algorithm's against me. But I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to really.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm really trying to fight. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff.
Sales is all that matters anyway.
Yeah,
you don't make sales. The followers aren't gonna make you money. Sales is all that matters.
That's something I would say. Likes don't mean anything. Like they don't.
Make sales.
Yeah. Most of my clientele doesn't really care about the Instagram, but I am working on it. Don't get me wrong. I want to get it up there.
Yeah.
But most of my clientele, like, they just see what I have, like, we want to get it, or I get a DM, hey, I want to buy this, blah, blah. Like, there's no, it's not necessarily like, oh, this guy gets a bunch of likes. Like, there's a lot of people that get likes, but no one buys from them.
I mean, it's nice to have,
Yeah, it's good to get that kind of social validation, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
So you give me 100,000 followers today, I'll take them.
No one's gonna say no. Yeah.
I mean, but I would like them more. Actually, you know what? If someone just gave them to me, I want a more organic connection with. Oh shit, that's.
Yeah.
So I want a more organic connection with my audience.
I have a couple examples here that you shouldn't buy new, by the way, if you want to talk about that.
But no, we can. I mean, what were you saying?
No, that I was, because we're talking about investing. I could tell you that some of these brand new are terrible investments, and now they're a good value, used or pre-owned.
Oh, really? Like which ones?
Oof, there's a lot in here. Go down a little bit. So here, can I stand up, or is that too?
Yeah.
All right, so if you had bought this new, you're making a lot of money, like ridiculous amount.
This Nautilus.
Yeah.
So you're selling this watch?
Yeah, I have this in stock. Yeah, I'm trying to sell it.
Are you in the way of the shot?
Am I? Hello, I think.
So you see the watch?
Yeah. Let me get down. Get back down. So that's a good investment buying brand new if you buy it.
See how it looks in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
So that's a good example. But I have a lot of others that here. If you get out of this, exit out. Go back. And I can show you. So for example, go up. Go up. This is a terrible investment to buy new. I think this retail.
This looks so ugly. Who would pay $2,500 for this?
Oh, the retail was 12. Someone did pay.
12?
Someone did pay that originally because I got this used. So how am I gonna? That's how I sold it.
Why does anybody buy this stuff? It's so ugly.
Hey man, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's why I stocked it. So I sold it. Yeah, that was a while ago. I just have it up.
What kind of quirky what is this?
Hey, man, people look,
man.
man.
90s shit.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, I guess it is. It's unisex.
Yeah. It's for men and women. Yeah, it has diamonds. These are diamonds inside the bottom.
Oh, they're diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, for example, like
Just
this is another piece. So these retail, I believe, for 16,000. This was a brand new watch. I sold it for 13,000. So look how much it lost value. So that's another example of something you don't want to buy new. I love Omega. I'm an Omega fanboy, but that's just something.
Planet Ocean.
Yeah, it's a dope watch. But yeah, so yeah, in terms of investing, you gotta just know what you're doing. Like anything else, it's not as easy as you think.
Yeah. And so how is it working with artists?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
How's that like? I mean, have you sold any art? Like, that's a huge endeavor that you're stepping into. It takes big balls to do. What's up?
So the art thing is interesting because I'm new to that world.
Why is it? Yeah, but like, why do you feel like you have a competitive advantage?
Why do I have a competitive advantage? Well, for one, financially, I don't have any overhead. So right away, I don't own a gallery. So most of these people own a gallery. Most of these people that own these galleries don't understand social media. They don't understand how to sell to younger audiences. They just kind of have a clientele. They sell art to them, and they're okay with that. Now, how do I know this? I'm not just making this up. I've gone to multiple galleries and just kind of hung out there. Just kind of figured out the business model, learned.
Yeah.
And I had a friend that worked at a gallery that the owner was nice to just let me hang out, but I was kind of there like learning the business, and I just realized like, dude, your website is like, it looks super 2001. Your videos are super horrible. Like you get no views. You're not even trying to do SEO. Nothing. There's no effort. So I was like, what if I cut my commission from the artist, because they take 50% on average, and on top of that, when they sign that contract, they're restricted to that gallery, where I'm restricted to as many people on the internet are. Mm-hmm. There's no restrictions.
Right.
So I took out that restriction that you can, once it's with me, I have to sell it. No one else can do it for you. So I took that out. I cut my commission, by 20% because I don't need to pay employees or a gallery, and yeah, there's some ways, and I'm gonna market it for you. Like after this interview, I'm doing a video series with one of my artists, and no other person is doing that for their artist. They just say, hey, give us your pieces, and we're done, and they try to sell them.
Oh yeah, let's watch that video that you sent me.
Yeah, you can. It's on the Instagram.
It's on the Instagram.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. So this is a teaser for one of my artists. Her name is Lily. She's absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna go see her after this. She has incredible pieces, absolutely incredible. So yeah, we're gonna go do a series with her. So you can click this up. I think it'll zoom in, right? Yeah, I should see it. Yeah. So this is like a little teaser we made.
Let's put up the volume.
Yeah, it's just a song.
Nice music.
Yeah. Very house music vibe. Yeah. Look at that. It's beautiful. Man. Look at that piece. So
it's like stuff coming out of her belly button. What is it?
I actually have not seen this piece in person, so I won't be able to tell you.
So you're gonna go meet up with her and do a video?
Yeah. Right after this, we're doing a shoot. I have a whole crew. We got a couple stuff here.
It's a cool video.
Yeah, there's a new painting I just stocked that's super cool. It's a Miami artist, and this is all Swazi crystal. So if you click the second picture, you'll see that angle. That's all crystal embedded into the work. Yeah. Very cool. Limited edition, only one.
How much is this going for?
I have it for $7,500 right now. Yeah. I'm trying to sell that. I have a client that went diving for me, took some cool
So how do you evaluate the appreciation of like an art piece like
of art? So the art values, it depends. So if I'm working with an artist that's not well known, I let them choose the price, but I can advise them. I can tell them, hey guys, from the data I have, based on what I sell and stuff, you're more likely to sell at this price point or not. You know what I mean? Like I give them free reign. I don't want to. My point is I want to give the artist an opportunity to make money, because I've met a lot of artists, and I meet them, and they're not really the most business oriented people. They're kind of just like, oh, if it sells, it sells. And I'm like I get that, but I look at them and I'm kind of like, guys, like I love my hobby, right? Which is I've made it into a business. I wish I could give you guys that same opportunity. So that's what I kind of bring to the table for them. I try to add my business elements to sell their.
All right, so we're back. The camera died.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Right in the middle of I'm still getting this stuff together, but let's get the show on the road. So anyway, George, we did talk about the luxury watches. We talked about it being an alternative investment source, and I think we covered a lot of ground. And I feel a lot more educated than I did before.
Right.
Thank you very much for that.
Of course, thank you for having me.
But what's up with the leather goods? Tell me about the leather goods that you're selling. I don't know anything about that. I've heard that Hermes bags have like, I don't even know. I think I saw this in a Graham Stevens video. There's like Hermes bags can go upwards of like 14% returns on your money and things like that. Why is that?
So that's another universe I'm dabbling in, because a lot of my suppliers have a lot of bags. And as I was buying watches and buying stuff, I was like, why is this not selling? So I want to kind of dabble my foot into it so I can sell. And I've sold a couple things. I do have some clients. They have wives that like this stuff, so I've been dabbling into it. So yeah, some go up in value, but it's all about condition. Condition is super important. I mean, if it's a little bit worn, value goes down. So you gotta be very careful. It's another thing. But these are not.
So it's kind of opposite to the Rolex.
Yeah, exactly.
Model.
It's an opposite mantra. Yeah, the newer, the better, the nicer. It's very trendy. I don't hold these too long. I try to get rid of them if I hold them. Very quickly.
I mean, $2,500 for a handbag.
They sell, man.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure they're probably more expensive ones out there.
No, the retail's way more. Yeah. These are good prices for what they're. Yeah.
I heard some go for $30,000.
Some crazy ones. Yeah, I don't have those, but.
So, it seems like you. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I gotta tell you, George, because you go to school. You're a senior, right?
Yeah, I'm going to my 5th year last semester. That's my last semester.
So it's last semester. Like, you're almost done. Congratulations, you basically graduated.
Thank you.
How did you do it? Like, how did you build a business? You got an Audemars Piguet, Rolex. You've probably had so many other adventures that we haven't explored. I'm sure we'll explore at a later date.
Right.
How do you kind of stay focused? Like, how do you go from one thing to another and just stay focused when you're on that thing?
So I have.
What do you do when you're unfocused ultimately?
When I'm unfocused.
Yeah, basically.
I kind of hypothetically speaking, slap myself to get back into focus. If that makes sense. For me, the way I see life is you set a goal.
You slap yourself?
Hypothetically.
A hypothetical slap.
Yeah, like if I'm fucking around or messing around, I'm like.
He's not slapping himself.
We can curse on the show, right?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
All right, yeah. So if I see like I'm being unfocused, I slap myself and say, hey, do the mission, do what you're supposed to be doing, And yeah, I just have. I'm also I'm a goal hungry guy. I love there's nothing that gives me more euphoria in this world than setting a goal and hitting it. That is the greatest.
Setting
feeling.
a goal and hitting it.
Yeah, that is incredible. That is
So, but what is this metaphorical slap in the face? Just like a quote? Is it a exercise? Is it an action? What is it?
It's you know what? It's the thought of not being successful. That's what it is. It's the thought of it's kind of like a doubt almost. Always doubting myself, which some people say, oh, that's kind of like self-destructive. But to me, it's not I don't see it like that. It's the not successful part scares me. So that's why I can always keep pushing because it's I don't want to ever not be successful.
So when you're feeling focused, is it a natural trigger for you to just kind of
be you're messing around, stop, get serious.
And then that image of being unsuccessful comes in your head and
creeps
in.
That feeling so
it's a guilt.
Yeah, almost like guilt.
You guilt yourself into focus.
Yeah. Because to me, being unsuccessful is the scariest thing in the world. That's scarier than someone putting a gun in my head and about to kill me. That to me is how scary it is. By far. That's my worst kind of fear. So that's how I kind of keep myself energized, or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's definitely unique.
Thanks.
So what do you think is an absurd or unusual thing that you love?
Absurd, unusual thing that I love. Watches are pretty absurd and unusual for most people in our age.
It's not that absurd.
Not absurd. I don't really think I like anything.
If you consider that,
it's definitely a different kind of business, I think.
You'd say you love luxury watch stuff?
Yeah.
And
it's a hobby.
Lifetime.
Yeah, for years since I was a kid. I'm really into cars too, but nothing too crazy weird now.
And George, you've really given a lot. And I feel like a lot more educated. I feel like I'm gonna definitely have a good conversation with my brother. Give him some points because I'm sure he's been reading about this all day.
Right.
But just last question. What would you say is a purchase that you made, $100 in the past 6 months that has positively impacted your life?
That's an interesting question. So $100.
A purchase you made in the past 6 months that positively impacted your life.
Positively impacted my life for $100.
No more than $100. It could be it could be more, but no more than 100.
I would say. This is gonna be interesting. So a Psycho Bunny shirt. That's gonna be. It's for a lot of people what? Because let me tell you why. There's a story behind it. I met the owners of that brand.
A Psycho Bunny
shirt.
Psycho
the brand
Bunny.
I always wear. It's a very famous brand. Psycho Bunny. Have you heard of it?
No.
I can show you. We can look it up. Psycho Bunny. It's and the reason why it impacts me is because I've met the owners of this brand. They have a big market here in Miami. Their first store was in Miami, Florida, and they were there at the opening. I met these two owners. It's just a.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, it's a very famous brand. Yeah, and their shirts sell like their long sleeve like dress shirts are like $100, $89, something like that. And because I met the owners and I saw their vision, I was like kind of inspired. I was like, wow, I get that. So that's something that's pushed me.
So that's less than $100.
Around there, like 99, like it's pretty much 100, like with tax, it's $100. Yeah.
So just because you know the owners, it's positively impacted your life.
It's positively impacted my life because when I met them, they taught me a very important lesson.
They taught you a very important lesson.
Yes. If you want to summarize the story quickly, just so
go.
Yeah. So
we have time.
They used to work for Ralph Lauren. And they were in a meeting. Yeah. They would design their ties.
Interesting.
And they were in a meeting with Ralph Lauren, like the actual Ralph Lauren, and they were like, hey, like Ralph, I think we should buy or create a sub brand where we market to a more disruptive kind of market, like something kind of out of the ordinary, not just like a pony logo, something more, more unique, but with a similar style of polo, and we could increase sales. And he kind of looked at them and he was like, no, we're not gonna do that. And they're like, why? And he basically, according to them, said it was a stupid idea, so that it wouldn't work. So they were like, okay. So they quit. They both quit.
And they started Psycho Bunny?
And they made $20 million the first couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they still doing well?
Yeah, they're doing fantastic. They're expanding even more.
Wow. And so you know them personally?
Yeah, I met them at that thing, and they kind of told me that story.
They sound really interesting.
They're a really cool guy. Yeah.
I'd love to meet them.
It's an American guy and a British guy. Really cool guy. Both called Robert, actually. Funny enough, they both have the same.
I'd say you're fun.
Yeah, we can maybe answer that later. But yeah,
what are their names?
They're both called Robert. The last name, I think one is Gooley or something. You can look it up. Psycho Bunny owners. One's American.
Oh yeah, Godley.
Or Godley, yeah.
Robert Godley.
Yeah, he's the head. He's a designer. He's British, and then the other one is also called Robert.
Man, maybe we get him on the show.
Yeah, I could try.
Ask him a couple questions.
Yeah, I could try. Yeah, I think they'd be down. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I could hit them up, see what they say.
Okay.
That's why.
So what would you say is the best investment you've ever made?
Yourself, always yourself. Best investment is in yourself.
So
anyone.
You are the best investment you've ever made.
Like I think as a person, you should always invest in yourself, and I think that's the best because.
But is there anything in particular?
So you want like a particular thing, not just like in general. Like you want a particular.
Would it be useful?
Yeah. Okay.
For the question, if you
no.
If you don't have anything, it's okay.
No. I guess yeah. Well, watches have been a great investment that made me money, but the reason why I say that in yourself is because if I didn't put in the time and work and learn, I wouldn't be able to even make any money out of that. If that makes sense. And an investment is supposed to return money too, so that makes sense.
I see.
Yeah, but yeah, watches for sure, definitely, have been my best, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, listen, George, I'm really excited to see what you do after college. I don't know what the future has to and holds for you, but I'm sure it's going to be very good.
Thank you, man. For you too, man, as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's see how it goes. So what are you going to do? You're going to get another job? You're going to get a job, or you're going to continue this business? Like, what's the future?
Well, I did have an offer with Raymond James, a financial firm, but they canceled the internship because of Corona. So my plan was I was going to do that, but they canceled it. And honestly, the way things are going with Avant-Garde, I think Avant-Garde is going to be my livelihood.
So this is June 12th. No.
Yeah, June 12th. I was supposed to literally start actually 6 days ago, the internship. Yeah.
So you've decided to pivot to focusing on building your business as opposed to working for somebody else?
Yeah. That was always the dream. That's always the goal.
Always the dream.
Always, yeah. It's never been, maybe I always thought maybe I'd work for someone, make some capital and dip. Yeah. But it's the end goal. It's
right. Yeah. You choose yourself. At the end of the day.
I even told CRM that when they were trying to sign me up more seriously, and I was like, no. Like I said, no.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is George Shalhub.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hit him up for some watches. Follow him on avantgarde.lux.
And art and leather goods.
And art and leather goods. Many different things. We'll definitely have you on the show.
Yeah.
I want to do a segment. Maybe we get maybe drunk questions or something like that. Or,
with that whiskey, yeah.
Or maybe we do more people. We have 4 people and stuff. And
yeah.
We'll see.
That'd be dope.
All right,
All right.
anyway.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.